Hey guys, it's Zoe here. If you missed my last video, I have cancer. So, hi. It's been a very quick process, and so to help kind of get me through this, as well as keep people updated, I've decided to start kind of a series where I talk about the different things I'm learning or feeling throughout this whole cancer process. So welcome to my cancer journey. Starting us off today, I just wanted to talk about some things that I didn't know about cancer, but now kind of feel like a no-duh moment now that I have cancer. So first of all, cancer varies wildly. There's so many types of cancers, and even if you have the same type of cancer as someone else, the treatment is completely different depending on how far along you are, and it is very, very different. And you kind of think cancer, and you're just like, okay, cancer, and that's it. You don't think about the stages, the types, and so learning more about my own cancer, the more I realize I don't know anything about other cancers. So when I talk about cancer, I'm talking about my cancer, and even if someone you know has the same cancer as mine, it's going to be very different than what I'm going through. So cancer varies wildly. I have non-hodgkins lymphoma, and it is stage 4. Thankfully, stage 4 for non-hodgkins lymphoma just means the treatment's different. It's all still the treatable and curable. The stage doesn't really depend on that. It just means it's all over my body. So I got it in my liver, I got it in my spine, bowels, some other places, and it's very aggressive. So I have a very aggressive cancer, which means they have to have very aggressive treatment. And again, that's going to be way different than someone who has leukemia, or even I've been binging watching Hank Green, and he has Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is different than non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So although his journey has been interesting to watch, it's not the same as mine because we have different cancers. So that's one of the first things, which is like a no duh, but keep that in mind that cancers, even if they're the same, very different. Some of non-Hodgkin's stage 4 is still going to get a different treatment than what I'm going to have. And then symptoms. That's something I didn't know. Cancers can have no symptoms. If you're someone like me who has health anxiety and you do a lot of Google searching and you're like, I have a headache, why do I have a headache, and it pops up cancer, most of the time that's not true. You don't have cancer when you Google it, but that could happen. So for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, some of the minor symptoms were night sweats, and that was probably one of the first symptoms I had, but I didn't know at the time that I had cancer. I just thought I was sweating a lot at night, and same with being lightheaded. So those were minor symptoms that I would have never thought to go to my doctor about, and even if I had, I don't know if they would have recognized that I had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma at that point. The symptoms that I had that actually led to me getting the cancer diagnosis was having high liver levels. I went to the doctor originally about a whole separate issue. When I got my blood work done, that's when they saw my liver levels were high. And then following that, my liver, I had a lot of stomach pain. And that, if I had not already went to the doctor for blood work, the pain in my stomach would have got me to the doctor, and I would have got then an ultrasound and everything. But that was the symptom that actually got me to my cancer diagnosis, was something larger. So definitely, I would encourage everyone to go to the doctor, but it's kind of freaky to think, at what point could have they even known I had cancer with these little minor symptoms? And in some cases, cancers don't even show symptoms. So you find it kind of on a fluke, kind of like doing blood work and realizing, oh, that's odd, your liver levels are high. Only I did end up having symptoms for that. Another thing, cancer is, there's cancers you can prevent, of course. Don't smoke, be healthy. But as a 24-year-old getting diagnosed with cancer, it comes down to bad luck. There was not really anything you can do to prevent non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. It just happens. So 80 based on some of my research, 81,000 people get diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma each year in the United States, and I was just one of the unfortunate few to have cancer. Though, on the flip side, I was lucky enough to get lymphoma, because lymphoma is very treatable and very curable. But I feel like I've lived a lot of my life thinking I could prevent stuff. I cut out a lot of plastic. I try to eat healthy, like I try to have a healthy lifestyle. And so having something like cancer just be a dealt of bad cards is kind of like, it hits you differently. But it was just bad luck. There wasn't really a way to prevent it, which is scary because you don't expect it. You want to be able to prevent something like that. You don't want it to be up to chance, but really, sometimes that's all it is cancer is just bad luck. And in a way, good luck, because when they were showing the diagnosis and like being like, it's cancer, we're not sure which one it is, in a way it was good that it was lymphoma, just because lymphoma is treatable, and I am very happy about that, because my prognosis was not looking good with all the masses and lesions on my liver and everywhere else. So good luck that it was lymphoma, bad luck that it was cancer, and it's not something that you can really prevent. It just happens. And that's kind of like another no duh, but cancer just happens. It just happens sometimes. And then for me, the quick turnaround in treatment. Some people will have about 2 weeks to a month after they get diagnosed with cancer to jump into treatment. I feel like I've been living in a movie. I got diagnosed with cancer. They knew it was lymphoma, didn't know what type of lymphoma, and they started treatment on Monday. It was a very quick turnaround for me. So I feel a little bit like in a movie where bang, 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 you don't have a lot of time of recovery before you get thrusted into treatment. For most cases, that's probably not going to be how it is. You're probably going to have a little bit of time, maybe even talk about different options before you jump into it. My cancer is so aggressive, it needs an aggressive treatment. So my life was uprooted and changed within like a week. Very, very quickly turnaround. And I did not, if you think you're going to get cancer, which you don't ever think you're going to get cancer, but you don't picture the quickness of having to start treatment, figure out all the fun billing stuff, and like what medicine are you going to be taking, and talking to your doctors. That's so quick depending on what you get diagnosed with and what your treatment plan is. And that, I didn't get a waiting period. It was just go on in and start. This is my life now, is cancer, and surviving cancer is my life. And that was a very quick turnaround for me. And then the very last one, which is another no duh, but I think people associate chemotherapy with losing hair. And that is not always the case. Some people don't lose their hair. In other cases, they lose all their hair. And I was not aware that you don't just lose your hair, you lose your eyelashes, you lose your eyebrows, you lose your body hair. You can lose all of it. I did not know that. I thought I would just be losing my hair. So for my treatment, I will lose my hair. I Googled it a bit, and I was a little hopeful that maybe it would be like a 3% chance I could keep my hair. But even after I talked to my doctors, they were like, no, you will lose your hair. I have about 2 weeks, so you start treatment, and in like 2 weeks you do start losing your hair. So I do plan to just shave it off once I start seeing it come. But grappling with the idea of losing my hair sucks, but also losing my eyebrows and eyelashes kind of really freaks me out in a way, because I didn't expect to have to lose that. So if you've been paying attention to any of my wish lists, I did add like eyebrow stuff. So I was like, I guess I'll try drawing on my eyebrows. We'll see about it. The good news is my glasses do cover up my eyebrows, so that you might not even notice that I don't have eyebrows anymore. On the other side, you do get to kind of like roll the dice again on what type of hair you get. So I'm hoping my hair comes back red and curly, because I would love to have red and curly hair. That would be my dream. So although I lose my hair, I might get better hair when it comes back. We don't know. So that's just some thoughts I've had over the past couple days as I've been just thinking about cancer. It's kind of the main thing on my mind right now. Also trying to just, in a way, I remind myself that I have cancer just so that way I can remember that I'm actually going through this and that it's not just like a weird dream that I'm gonna wake up from, because it's gonna be months of treatment and trying to get better and recovery. I will be starting my full chemo regimen this coming week, so I'm sure I will have some sort of update throughout that process. So stay for that as well. But that is all for this video, and until then, stay awesome.
Zoe, the awesome, the awesome.